Ryan Anders, suspected of killing his wife and officer Kim Carmack.
It was discovered that force entry was made in the rear of the dwelling. That inside, officers found 2 members of IMPD who were deceased. It appears to be domestic related.
Carmack had a restraining order against her husband, Anders, and police say he was ordered to turn in his police weapons and other equipment, and he did that.
Questions raised as to whether or not she was safe. She was, and the fact that we protected her. And we also made sure at protective order things were done in addition to providing protection for him.
Police had him under electronic surveillance, they say, but he was able to get through to his wife tonight. Officer Carmack was 21 years on the force and once worked with retired Lieutenant Spencer Moore in the Crime Stoppers.
A wonderful girl, absolutely fantastic. She loved this department. The people loved her. When she became a police officer, she went into she focused a lot on the community resource officer work.
Are you going to watch the part where they're in our house?
From the police union president.
You're talking about 2 law enforcement families as well as
Miles?
all of their co-workers, all of their peers. And it's just like an explosion of the amount of people that this is going to affect.
The FOP, President Owensby is here. They're doing a good job tonight opening their headquarters. Counselors are available there, chaplains to assist anyone that's in need.
And that's one of the things the police, the public safety director, wanted the officers to know as they are out there tonight, or if they're at home and off duty tonight, if they need to get something off their chest, they need to talk to a counselor about them, go to the FOP Lodge. They're going to have counselors there. There's going to be a buddy there for you to talk to tonight on this. We understand that Officer Anders is the son of a retired IMPD officer, and that Officer Carmack has a son who serves on the force. And I remember that in that case about 3 years ago when he was shot in the line of duty. I remember seeing her arrive at the hospital for him. Reporting live, David McAnally, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
All right, David, so many people affected by this. We appreciate it.
Kim Carmack was well known in her West Side neighborhood, a community obviously shaken by what happened.
Molly.
Our night beat reporter, Emily Longnecker, is
Molly.
on the line with what she saw when she first arrived
Molly.
on the scene and what's happening right now. Emily, what can you tell us?
Well, Andrea and John, right now it is quiet, and apart from the police cars still here and the crime scene tape that you can see strung up here at the end of the block, you wouldn't know that a tragedy happened here tonight. Some of the neighbors, though,
Molly.
were here as it all unfolded. They watched as police cars, one after the other, sped down Inishmore Court to a house at the end of the road. Police officers emerging, some with their guns drawn.
We'd just driven up and there were a couple of police officers out in that front yard and they were kind of waving people off.
That's when Grant Price realized something was very wrong.
I went out there to see what was going on and I saw that they were hushing people back and had their hands on their hips, and so I told the neighbors to get in and had my daughter get in the house. It was just scary.
Price says neighbors closest to the house officers were focused on were evacuated right before a SWAT team came in.
We could see them in the back on the tree line, and they were just watching the house, and on the front, they were kind of watching the house.
What took place inside, though, neighbors say they never would have expected. Sources tell Eyewitness News IMPD Police Sergeant Ryan Anders disabled the security system and security cameras at his estranged wife, Kim Carmack's house, before kicking in the door and eventually shooting her, and then himself. Now, the Julian Center and Domestic Violence Network issued a joint statement tonight saying that they were deeply saddened by the senseless loss of life due to domestic violence here in this community. The statement went on to say that domestic violence affects everyone in a community, family, friends, co-workers, neighbors. Certainly that was the case here tonight in this usually quiet neighborhood. Neighbors here deeply saddened by what's happened. Emily Longnecker, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
All right, Emily, thank you. And Channel 13 interviewed the victim, Kimberly Carmack, back in 2011.
Been in and out of emergency rooms.
She was seen there